Good morning, guys. It's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor and for Friday Fab Five. I do this every Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Central. I go live and share five of my favorite things with you guys this week. And y'all, it was a struggle last night to figure out what my five things were going to be, if I'm being completely honest, because I think my brain is just on overload and I haven't done a whole lot of shopping lately or and I feel like I've gotten in this rut lately of cooking all the same things. Does anybody else get like that? And so sometimes I share new recipes with you guys, but not this week. And sometimes I share things I find on Amazon, but not this week. So let me just share a few odd and end things that I did come up with that I was like, ooh, they would like this. So we'll get started on that in just a moment. Tell me hello if you're here. I see Gina says hello from rainy Illinois. Gina, it is raining here in Kentucky and it just let up. I mean, it's finally it looks like it stopped for a few minutes, but I tell you what, it was pouring. I mean, cats and dogs, like buckets of rain coming down at about 6:30 this morning. My cat jumped on me and woke me up. And I looked at the clock and I was like, oh no, the kids have overslept because the kids usually get up a little before I do. And I realized they had overslept when Charlie did not come and wake me up and say, Mama, I need a ponytail. So she usually comes to me and I sit up and I make her a ponytail. And her brother's the one who gets everybody up because he rises early than everybody else. But anyway, I realized, oh crap, I got to get out of bed because I'm going to have to drive the kids. If you don't know, we live like our driveway is probably at least 2/10 of a mile long. It's a long driveway, and the bus driver has said before, you guys need a golf cart to drive down here to the bus. And so I realized when it was raining buckets outside this morning that I was going to have to drive them down, or they were going to be completely drenched before they even got to school. So I drug myself out of bed, drove them down there, and of course it was pouring down rain. And we've got quite a bit of flooding in our yard. But we do have some culverts and things that kind of direct the water flow. But it doesn't stop my husband from worrying about it and obsessing about the water flow. I think it's just a man thing. I don't know. Does anybody else's husband do this? He obsesses about what he calls the waterways in the yard. I'm like, it'll go. Just let it. Just don't worry about it. It's not even anywhere near the house. It's just he's obsessed with water flow. Good morning, Kelly. Hi, Mary. Hey, Lori. She said, I hope your son's doing much better. He is. He's doing really good. He can't go back to school for about another week and a half, which he is just heartbroken about. Let me just tell you, I'm kidding, really. When he found out he was going to have have surgery, the first thing he did was look at me and go, does this mean I get to be out of school for 2 more weeks or for 2 weeks? I was like, yeah. So he's not at all worried about, the surgery. He's just worried about whether he's going to be out of school. Tammy says your husband must be related to mine then. I don't know. I think it's a man thing. I think men just kind of obsess about the yard. Corey wants to know if we got any dude stuff today. No, Corey, I don't really have anything that guys in particular would love, but Corey can attest to this. My first Friday Fab Five item that I wanted to talk about is the TV show on Netflix, Outer Banks. How many of you guys have tried this? Or if you've never watched it, tell me you've never watched it. And I know Corey likes this one because he and I text about this TV show. It's on its third season, and then the third season just came out this month, but we're technically in March now. It was in February, and normally I don't share about TV shows on my Friday Fab Five, but it's definitely something I've been obsessing about this past week. Oh, lots of you guys have never watched it. Kelly says I love it. Pam says I've watched all the episodes. Well, don't spoil anything for me yet, Pam, because I'm only on I just finished episode 4 last night. I'm trying to pace myself because I have a tendency to dive right in and obsessively watch all of them to the very, very end. And I'm like trying to pace myself. I mean, maybe I can like stretch it out over 2 weeks if I'm really lucky. But anyway, this TV show is, of course, mainly out on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And I'll give you a quick synopsis. Essentially, it's about a group of kids, and they're all teens. And some of them are what they call pogues. That's the nickname they've given themselves in that area for like the poor side of the town, right? These are the kids who have always had to work for everything they've ever had. Their parents work hard. Just to make ends meet, right? And they don't live on the good side of town. But they're happy kids, and they have a great life. Well, the other kids in the show are kind of like the rich kids. And so there's kind of this clash between the kooks, which are the rich kids, and the pogues, who are the poor kids. And there's a clash between the two of them, but it all kind of has this underlying theme of treasure hunting. So if you loved the TV or the movie The Goonies growing up, this has such a Goonies vibe to it, but it's more modern, right? So it's just a collection of kids who are all like getting into trouble. There's always adventure, and somebody's always running from somebody because somebody's chasing them because they're hunting down treasure. And it's got that fun, like treasure hunting sort of feel underneath it. Um, so anyways, I don't want to give away the whole show, but it's been going on for 3 seasons now, and I cannot stop watching it. And if you watched that TV show Nashville back in the day, do you remember Deacon Claiborne from Nashville? He was Raina's love interest. He plays a character on The Outer Banks. I can't think of his real name right now. Let's see. What am I missing? Sarah says I need to watch. I've never watched any of the episodes. Sarah, it's because you're spending all your time watching crime dramas. Sarah loves murder mysteries and shows like that. The show is called Outer Banks. Outer Banks. It's just a really good, feel good, clean type show that you can watch with your kids. And it's exciting. I don't know. I love it. Janelle says, I love John B. John B is kind of like the heartthrob of the group. Although my niece, Kennedy, I don't know if she ever watches my live videos, but she really thinks JJ, one of the other boys who is a total hot mess, is the cutest. But he's the one who's always kind of like very impulsive and making bad decisions, but we love him for it. Kara says, I wish you would include paints with the kit. Okay, Kara, that is the reason we don't put kit. Sorry, this is totally a shift. So I let Kara get me off track. I'm sorry. But anyway, our spring workshop, she's talking about the kits for that. The reason we don't put paint in those kits is because we would have to charge a ton more for the kit if we bought paints and put to the kit. It's a big mess trying to package stuff like that. And what if it arrives to you and the paints are everywhere? Because we wouldn't be able to afford to send you full-size bottles of paint. You would be paying way too much for the box if I was including full-size bottles of paint. And so then I would be trying to put them in smaller containers, and it's a logistical mess. And a lot of people who participate in my workshops already have a ton of paint on hand. And so we just tell them to use the colors they have if they need to, grab the colors they don't have. Rita says, I loved Nashville. I binge watched Outer Banks last weekend. Nashville was Charles Eston. Thank you. That's his name. He was Deacon Claiborne on Nashville, and he plays Ward Cameron on Outer Banks. Mindy says, my kids and I love the Outer Banks. It's a good one to watch with your kids. Okay. So that was my first Fab 5 item. I've talked for like 8 minutes about a TV show, but the second item is a really odd one, but I know some of you guys out there are going to want to take advantage of this. So I saw online, and I jumped on it, that the Oklahoma, I think it's called the Oklahoma School for the Deaf, is offering free ASL classes. So if you've been wanting to learn sign language, or if you think I don't know, for me, it's just always been one of those things that I would love to know sign language. I've substituted in special needs classes at the elementary school, and I've picked up a little bit here and there and by working in the schools, but I'm definitely don't know enough. And so they are offering free classes right now. You can take like beginner class 1 and 2 completely for free. And so if this is something that's of interest to you, or you know somebody who could benefit from taking these free classes, I put the link in the links today for you. And so you can go and sign up. And I signed up, but I don't know when I'm going to find time to watch these, but I'm going to save them in my email for a rainy day. And I will go through and watch them then. Some weird little odd fact about me is back in high school, I think it was high school, might have been middle school. I was bored in class one day. I can't even remember what class it was or why I didn't have anything to do, but we had like encyclopedias laying around. And I was flipping through one of them, and it had the sign language alphabet in there. So I taught myself the alphabet in sign language back in school in like an hour. just taught myself. You know, kids can pick up stuff so fast. It would probably be a lot harder for me now than it was then. But I've never forgotten it. It's like it's like muscle memory. Once you teach yourself how to do the alphabet with your hands, you don't forget it. And so it's kind of neat. Lauren says, I need more than what I have. I have 2 more students coming next year. Oh, do you have students that are deaf that are going to be coming in your class? I saw where you had shared this, but I had seen it from somebody else about the free classes. So if you've been wanting to learn sign language, or you know somebody who could take advantage of these classes, they are completely free. And all you got to do is go put your email in, and it will email you the links and stuff for where to watch the videos. Summer says, does it have actual wood? Okay, we're going to get to all that in just a minute, Summer, talking about the spring workshop. I promise. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Aaliyah says, we learned it in high school to send secret messages across the classroom to each other. That is really cool, Aaliyah. That's really cool. That's before the text messaging days hit. Of course, we used to write notes in our notebooks and pass our notebooks around and hope that nobody ever read them. But nowadays, I guess the kids just text each other. Yes, Kaylin, I heard that too. They make a cute couple. Christy says, we do drama with music and sign language at our church. Oh yeah, so you could definitely use this. Okay. One other kind of thing that's kind of cool about sign language that I did was, and you know how this is one of those things where when you have 3 kids, you don't do things the same way as you did when you only had 1 kid. When Travis was a baby, before he could speak, I was teaching him sign language. I would say, do you want more? Do you want a bite? You know, please, and then thank you. I was teaching him all the basics of those kind of things. And so he still used them up until he was like 2 or 3. Of course, now he's 16 and he's like, Mom, I don't remember any of that. But it was a way for him to communicate with me and tell me he wanted more Cheerios when he couldn't speak. And so I would say, do you want more? And if he did this, I would hand him another Cheerio. And so it kind of taught him ways to communicate with me, which is really fun. Of course, I didn't do that with Brett or Charlie, but I spent a lot more time with Travis, I'm sure, because I wasn't quite so busy. Okay. Ashton said, I never learned sign language, but my friends and I had their own language when we were in school. I bet all teenagers do in some way or another. Okay, third item on the Fab Five list. I bought these jeggings. I guess that's technically what they are, because they're kind of a hybrid between a legging and a jean, from Halara. And y'all, I wasn't going to share them right after I bought them, because I'm like, I want to make sure these are going to hold up, because they seem too good to be true. Y'all, these are the softest, stretchiest, most comfortable pair of jeans I think I've ever owned in my life. And I've been wearing them not every day, but a lot, like 3 or 4 times a week for the last 2 months, and they've held up beautifully. They're $40 on Halara.com. And they come in like, I think 3 colors. So there's like black, and then there's this darker blue denim, and then I think there might be a lighter blue denim. Be careful though, if you click away from this actual pair of jeans on the site and get to looking around. There are a bunch of different ones, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the other ones, but these I think are the only ones that have pockets. And that was important to me. I was like, to me, they just don't look like jeans if they don't have pockets on the back. Plus, I am always putting things in my pockets. Now, if you don't like flare bottoms, you probably won't like these because they are a little touch on the bell bottom side, which I love. I love bell bottoms. I wore them all through middle school, and I've worn flare jeans all through high school. And I'm sorry, but I just cannot get on board with the jeans that are tight around your ankles. I will never be comfortable in those. The only time I ever wear skinny jeans is if I'm wearing boots with them. If I'm wearing tennis shoes or anything else, I feel weird. I got to have on flares or boot cut at least. Sarah says, those are so cute. Did you have them on last week? Yes. Those are the ones I wore last week when we were in Texas. And Gretchen commented on them when she walked by. She's like, your jeans are so cute. And I'm like, check it out. They're from Halara. And they don't have a button or anything. They have this crisscross pattern in the front that sits kind of like right on or below your belly button area. And so they kind of give you like a little bit more of a curve in the waist. And they're just super, super comfortable. They don't roll down or slide down or anything like that. Are they really long? Well, Sherry, I am 5'4" and they're perfect on me. So if you're shorter than 5'4", they might be a little long for you. But they were perfect for me. Are they true to size? Yes, Kaylin, they are. Mine fit perfect. Sarah said, I think you always look cute in the flare bottoms, and I can't wear anything but skinny jeans. Isn't it funny? I think it's just whatever we get used to. I feel like I look goofy in skinny jeans. I don't know. Katie says, those are cute. I'm always leery of online shopping, so thanks for sharing. Yeah, this company, so far, I mean, I've been impressed. The quality was great. Like I said, I've had them for about 2 months, and I was going to share them right away, and then I'm like, no, because I've never bought from this company before. What if they fall apart in the wash? But I have washed and worn these over and over and over for 2 months, and they've held up great. Corey says, just say bell bottoms. You look like you're from the 70s in them. Well, then I think I look cute because I love bell bottoms. So leave me alone. Okay, the next item on my list is if you've been wearing red aspen nails, which check it out, I put on a new set last night. You're going to want to get some of this nail prep dehydrator. To me, it's just kind of taking the hassle out of drying out my nail beds right before I put on my nails. So beforehand, I would go and get like alcohol or something like that, and I'd put it on a cotton swab, and then I would dab it on my nails, and then the alcohol would be drying out before I was even done. This is kind of like a quicker way of doing that. So you just swipe it on your nails, and it's already got like a little brush, and it's so quick. And I feel like it almost does a better job than the cotton swab does. So this is on Amazon, nail prep dehydrator. And it's just good to have on hand when you're doing your red aspen nails. So here's the nails I put on last night. This is kind of like a whitish silver glitter. And then the 2 leopard print ones I repurposed. Y'all, I don't know if you knew this, but you can put these back on again. I had these on my last set as my accent nails, and they still looked great. So I just glued them back on and put on a different set of glitter with them. Annette, the company for the jeans is Halara. And if you're interested in the red aspen nails, I did not put the link for those in the description just because I had so many links today. But I will put the link down in the comments for anybody who's interested in checking out the red aspen nails. Okay. Corey says, look at the bright side. You won't have to share any recipes because you don't have to cook tomorrow. Corey is coming over and cooking hibachi on the Blackstone for me. I'm saying he's doing it for my birthday, but I think he was going to do it anyway. He may not have realized my birthday's coming up, but my birthday's next week on the 6th. And so he's making me a dinner tomorrow night, me and the whole family. But, you know, I'm going to pretend it's just for me. Okay, the last item on my Fab 5 list is our big box of blanks. So this is our quarterly subscription where we send you 3 door hanger blanks. And here is what the one that we sent out in January looks like. It comes with 3 18-inch etched blanks, 3 instruction sheets. On the front is usually like a little list of things that you might need if you don't have them on hand, like the colors you need and whatnot. And then on the back is written instructions for how to paint these. And then on the front is also a QR code that leads to a video that you can follow right along with while you paint these. These boxes are $65. Shipping is included, and we send them out. We usually ship them on January 1st, April 1st, July 1st, and October 1st. So the reason we only do them quarterly is so that it saves you money on shipping. So normally you would have to, if we were shipping these once a month, you'd have to be paying for shipping every single time. Well, shipping is included in this box at $65. And so that way we're able to save you money. We're able to send all 3 at one time. And also sometimes you might have more time one month than you do the other month. So you might want to sit down and paint all 3 of these in one day, or you might want to space them out. It's up to you. But at $65, it makes it only $21.66 per door hanger. And we try to send you designs ahead of the season. That's what I'm trying to say. So the next box is shipping April 1st. It will have summer designs in it. That way you can get them painted in time to hang them up on your door throughout the summer. So you can join quarterly or you can join yearly. If you want to join yearly, it's $260 for the year. That gets you 4 boxes, 12 door hangers total. And you can go and sign up at the link in the video description. Does anybody have any questions about Big Box of Blanks? The designs in the boxes are always, oh, thank y'all for the birthday wishes early. I appreciate that. Charlotte says her birthday's on the 5th. All the designs in the boxes are always a surprise. So it's kind of like a gift you give yourself, and you open it up, you never know what's going to be in there. And so, but let me tell you, these are not new designs that we're putting in there. These are tried and true best sellers from the last 2 or 3 years. I go through and I look and I see, okay, which ones have been best sellers that I have a tutorial for. And I've been hand selecting these. So I'm not going to put it in the box if it's going to be a dud design or one that I know didn't sell well. We're going to put the ones that were best sellers that you guys loved. Sheila says, if I'm quarterly, can I switch to yearly? Yes, Sheila, just be sure and email customer service and let them know that you would like to do that, and they can assist you. Katie says, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning when I open my box. Katie, that's how I feel when I open my framed monogram box I get from Sarah. It's even though I know I'm buying it for myself, when I get it, I'm excited. When I open it, I don't know what's going to be in it. So yeah, it's something I know I'm going to love no matter what's in the box, because I love anything Sarah sells. And every time Sarah's online trying to sell something, I'm like, oh, I need that. I need that. I need that. I want all the things. And so I know whatever she puts in that box, I'm going to love. And so if you already love all the tutorials that I do and all the designs that I put out, you know you're going to love what's in the box no matter what. Sarah and I joke that she always just designs that box particularly for me, because that's how it feels, right? Even though she's mailing out probably thousands of these things to people all over the United States, it feels like she put this box together just for me. Corey said, I knew your birthday was coming up. Yeah, it's funny. Almost all of everybody in our family, our birthdays fall on the 6th of a month. Not the same month, but the 6th. Brett's the only one who has a birthday on the 3rd. Everybody else is on the 6th. Isn't that weird? Lauren wants to know what toppers I have on today. I don't know what they're called, Lauren, but this is what they look like. I don't know. It's like all the colors. All the colors. Okay, so go and sign up for the big box of blanks. Now, I did have questions the other day about what's the difference in big box of blanks and this workshop that you're doing. So I wanted to clear a little bit of that up real quick. The workshop is something we only do in the spring and in the fall. Essentially, it's just your opportunity to paint with me live in a private Facebook group and decide whether or not you're cut out for this door hanger painting thing. Because if you decide you love it, you're going to be the perfect fit for our membership, the Painters Clubhouse, which, hey, I'm wearing my Painters Clubhouse t-shirt today. And it is a monthly group where we give you a template or 2 templates every month, and we teach you 2 new door hanger designs, plus all kinds of great techniques. There's over 100 different designs in our library. I won't go into a ton of detail about that because we're going to talk about that more in the coming weeks. But the workshop is only $10. You get a template that you can download. You can print it out on your own printer at home, or you could send it to Office Depot and print. But it prints out on 6 sheets of paper, regular printer size pieces of paper, and you tape it together. Mine's shiny because I used shipping tape to put it together. And then you use carbon paper, graphite paper to transfer it to the wood, which we're going to teach you how to do. And we're going to teach you how to paint this design over 3 different days. So it's going to start Monday the 13th, Monday, March 13th. And we're going to paint like the background, and we're going to transfer the design to the wood. Tuesday, we'll start painting the cow. And then Wednesday, we'll take a break. And then Thursday, we will finish it up with finishing touches and the lettering. And so if you want to just participate for $10, you can get this template, print it out, trace it on your own piece of wood. You can cut your own, or you can get one somewhere else. But if you want to make things a little easier, we do have a kit for you for an additional $37. So $10 for the workshop, $37 for the kit. It's $47 total. You can get one of these kits. I know it says 37 in the corner. That does not include the actual lessons. That's just for the kit part, but it does include shipping. And it comes with a template, the transfer paper, which is that graphite paper I was talking about, a chip brush, which you'll need for the distressing on the background, the 18-inch wood blank, a sponge, which we're also going to use to paint the background, and a collection of brushes, and then a printed supply list that you can take with you to the store to grab your paints, because the paints are not included in this kit. And so if you just want to order your paints online, you can order them from the DecoArt website. There is actually something called a rainbow paint pack. I think it has 12 colors in it. 7 of those colors are ones we're going to use on this project. The only ones that are not included in that are like black, white, and brown, I think. And so if you want to keep it really simple, get the kit and then get the rainbow paint pack and like a brown and a white. I don't even think you're going to need black, because if you have a black paint pen, that's the only thing you're really going to use black for. Marie says, I love that you made a kit for this workshop. Yeah, this is the first time we've ever put together a kit for a workshop. And y'all, they've been flying off the shelves. I packed over 150 of them yesterday to mail out. And then I ran out of sponges. And so I've got to get some more sponges. And then I'm going to pack the rest of them, hopefully this afternoon, if I can get sponges quick enough. What questions have I missed? Lorna wants to know, how do you get the red aspen nails off? Soak them in warm water. Gently lift on them near the cuticle. There's a good tip right there that Lauren gave you. Yes, you can switch to yearly if you're a quarterly subscriber. Sorry, I think I'm going through old comments that I had seen earlier. Helen says, I ordered the kit because my printer is on the outs. I need to replace it. Oh, I'm surprised how many people don't have a printer in their home. Like, I just grew up always having a printer in the house. I always needed it for school projects. My kids always need it for school projects. There's always something. It's almost probably not every single day, but 2 or 3 times a week, we have to print something out. So I'm like, how do people live without a printer? Oh, I did not know the rainbow paint pack was out of stock. I'll have to email DecoArt and ask them about that. Okay, they were out 2 days ago. I'm going to email them today and find out what's going on with that. Be like, hey, we have people who need this. Get it together. Get it together. Yes, but if you can't get the rainbow paint pack, you can probably just buy those 7 colors that you need individually. They are on the supply list. You can just go through and find the names of the colors you want. And if you can't find that exact color, there's a color palette that we put in there. Just kind of look at the colors and kind of try to match them to maybe colors you already have, or print that out and take it with you to the store and kind of compare it to the bottles and figure it out that way. Is it the dip dye egg topper? I don't think so, because I think this one came out a while back. Like, I don't think it's an Easter one. It's from like last year. Okay, that is all the Friday Fab 5 items I have for you today. But don't forget, we added 5 new designs to our shop today also, which are all sports themes. So do any of you guys have softball players at home, or volleyball players? Or maybe you're like me and you've got a kid who loves to play baseball. That's Brett. I've already signed him up for baseball this year. Or my mother, who loves tennis. My mother and my dad, actually, both of them play tennis every single day. They're in their 60s, they're retired and living their best life in a retirement community down in Florida, playing tennis every day. And then my husband loves golf. So we've got a golf design that says 4. I'm not sure I've ever actually heard anybody yell 4 on a golf course, but I don't spend a lot of time on a golf course. So maybe, I don't know. Lauren, you grew up on a golf course. Have you ever heard anybody yell 4 on a golf course? Lori says, my glasses match Lola's flowers. They do, probably because I love color. I match my backdrop. I'm going to blend in. I'm camouflaging into the backdrop. Baseball and tennis with the boys. Yes. I love playing tennis myself too, but it's just one of those things I just haven't had a whole lot of time for. And, I have to wait till the weather's nice to play that. Yeah, Lauren says she has heard somebody. So why do they yell it? I don't know. I don't know the history of golf or why people yell 4. Isn't it kind of like, look out, the ball's going to hit you? I just hit a line drive and it's headed right for your head. Let's see. Jennifer is asking what the Zoom is all about. I think she's talking about in the workshop. So you know how I said on Wednesday we take a break and we don't teach anything? That day is a good day to catch up on the painting that you may be behind on, and you can join in on a Zoom call with our Painters Clubhouse sisters. I believe Lauren is the one hosting that Zoom call, and you can hop on there and paint with other people and get caught up on your Lola project. Or you could just sit around and talk and kind of ask questions about things. And so it's just a good opportunity to interact with other people. It's like a heads up. Oh, okay. Wanda, we do have some hockey designs. They're just not new. They've been in the shop for a little while. So if you go over to our website, just type in hockey and it should come up. Oh, I got you. Okay. Thank you, Lauren. I did not know. Oh, Lauren says I'm not hosting. Okay. I couldn't remember who was doing it. Somebody else must be doing it then. We usually schedule those things and I don't know. I'm not in charge of scheduling it. All right, y'all. Have a great day. I will see you next time. Go grab the new designs, sign up for the big box of blanks and our workshop, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.